Second class I took was CS 2110. I went into the semester thinking I was going to be a CS major, so you'll notice I took a lot more STEM and engineering classes. I haven't declared my major yet, so nothing's final, but the whole point of these 2 semesters were to take the classes that I needed in order to be able to affiliate and declare my major. It's quite difficult to explain the material we covered without going to technicalities and start lecturing you on Dijkstra's algorithm, so I'll just share topics we did, like recursion, sorting algorithms, analysis of time and space complexity of algorithms, data structures, GUIs, or graphical user interfaces, and basic object-oriented programming concepts. Every week we had coding assignments that took 4 to 8 hours. It varied, but yes, you get a partner, so you don't have to do it alone. Pros of this class is that the final is optional. I also took CS 2111, which was just a supplemental class to this one where our professor or TA would just go over what we talked about in lecture and then leave time for us to answer questions, so it was like a built-in office hours. I also took Math 1910, Calculus for Engineers. The name's pretty straightforward. We did topics like integration, finding areas and volumes by integration, exponential growth, partial fractions, power series, infinite sequences and series, and tests for convergence or divergence. Along with this class, I took an AEW for Math 1910, where we met once a week. TAs would go over the lecture, review concepts, and it really did force me to study for that class, because you see my Everything I Wish I Knew About College video, you'll know that college just throws you everywhere, and if I didn't force myself and make this class a responsibility, I may not have had the same motivation to study for it, not gonna lie. I also took Intro to iOS Development by a project team called AppDev. It was a 10-lesson introduction course on how to build a basic phone application using Xcode. Things we learned were UI kits, table views, collection views, navigation controllers, modal view controllers, and delegation. We also had weekly assignments, and the assignments would always build on what we learned from previous lessons. In the end, we had a final hack challenge, which was a culminating project where we got to team up with people from AppDev's other courses, which are Intro to Backend Development and Intro to Product Design, and we formed a little team, and together we worked to build a real functioning app. Overall, I love this class. It was exactly what I hoped for, to get my feet wet in iOS, and the TAs were incredibly helpful. With 1 hour left before submission, I would be on Piazza asking, sending my code, me like, why doesn't this work? I have this error, and they would come to my rescue. And finally, I took PE, Fitness and Conditioning. As its name implies, it was just a 45-minute class. Twice a week, we would just jog, do pretty intense workouts, I might say. In fact, on the first day, I know people were just looking for an easy PE class, finish the requirement. But what people got was basically boot camp, where we just did do push-up, lunges, tricep dips, and by the end of that first class, half the people dropped the PE course. But I will say it is great fitness